What is up, guys? Blim here with World Cup action. If you didn't know, I am playing for Team India for the World Cup of Pokemon 2021, and today I'm gonna be showing my game for round one of the qualifiers. So, India is facing Africa for round one, and I am playing Amir for round one. So, in today's video, I'm going to be sharing my thought process, sharing the game which I played against him, and also I will be showing the team as well. I'll be showing the team which I used versus Amir in the round one of World Cup of Pokemon. So, let's get to it. So, this is the team which I used for the round one World Cup. I won't be showing off the EVs and the unrevealed movesets because for privacy purposes, of course, because I might use this team later in some other matches as well. So whatever is revealed, I will show that. So and also I will share my thought process. So this team was based around this Tang. I really wanted to use Tangrowth because Tangrowth is so underrated right now. Tangrowth was in so much usage back in the time of OLT, but recently these tapus and all they have declined the use of Tang, and also the mons which it generally should check like Garchomp, like a Lando, but Tank can't really check Garchomp and Lando because Lando is running now Speedef with sub bulk up, then Garchomp is running Life of Firefang, plus 2 Life of Firefang will 2-hit KO the Tangrowth. So Tangrowth isn't used much, and AV Tangrowth it's decent but not the best because there are better options always. So but I wanted to use Tangrowth for the round 1, so I built this team around this trapping Trangrowth. This Trangrowth has Infestation, Sleep Powder, Giga Drain, and I had Knockoff instead of Focus Blast. But I have given it Focus Blast because of card matchup, because card can just run through my team. I have Cop, but still, SD card can be a problem. So, yeah, I wanted to use Tank for my round one, and then I had this standard Corv, I had a Fini, I had a Volk, I had a Chansey over Blissey just for because I think I can pivot well around hazards. I think I'm skilled enough to play with hazards. So if you can play well with hazards and if you can make some good predictions, I will always suggest you to use Chansey over Blissey because Chansey is much more bulky than Blissey. But yeah, sometimes it's not possible to have a good hazard control always, so that's why Blissey is used. But yeah, I prefer using Chanseys. I also use Blisseys, but in this game I wanted to use Chansey. Last, I need a ground type because without a ground type, if opponent brings Regieleki, you're gonna get destroyed. So I wanted to use Hippo. Hippo wasn't ideal, but there aren't very much options. So I said that let's get on with Hippo because I have rocks as well on Hippo. So yep, this is gonna be the team which I used against Amir. And those who don't know Amir, I have known Amir since 2011. Yep, Amir has been a part of IDM since 2011 or 2013. Yep, he's a really old guy. He's a really good guy as well, a very good friend. Amir is one of my good friends. He's a very decent guy, a very creative builder as well. You can check his Smogon. He posts very creative sets and stuff. Yep, he's a really good guy. So now let me get on to the match which I had versus him. So judging from the team preview, he decided to bring Rain against me. This is not your standard Rain because I have never seen Lando T on Rain. Generally, the Rain they carry Tornadoes or Thunderous. Then they have the Kingdra and they have a Barraskewda which is brought in every Rain which I see. I have seen very few Rains without the Barraskewda. So yeah, then he has this Ferrothorn. Ferrothorn is a staple in every Rain team. So he had a Ferrothorn, and he had this Breakout Crawdon. Crawdon, Crab Hammer under Rain is just demonic. So yep. And then he has a Coco, and Coco in Rain they generally run Specs Thunder. So I assume that this is gonna be Specs as well. So and looking at the matchup, I think that I have a really good matchup. Except maybe if he can pivot well, if he can make some really good turns because most of his mons gets U-turn and Volt-turn. Let's say that I bring in my Chansey to check the Coco. He turns on the Crawdon. Then again, he like this, he turns and chips me. That is gonna be dangerous. So my intention was to play it safe and try to keep my mons healthy and literally chip him down step by step. So Let's move on with the replay. Let's make it slow. So turn one. I will turn up the music. It's annoying. So here, judging by leads, so I expected him to lead off with the Pelipper. So I thought to lead off with my Feeny just to get Rain Team's Pelipper lead. So why not? I lead off with my Feeny here, but he predicts my lead and leads off with a Coco. Now I don't want to take a Thunder, so I switch out to my Chansey. Also, why I switch out to my Chansey, I will tell you because, as I said, right, Rain runs Specs Coco. So if I go to Hippo predicting the Thunder and he goes for the Grass Knot, Specs Grass Knot does around 90 to 85% to Hippo. And if Hippo is gone, then he's just free to Volt and spam Thunder. So Chansey was my best play, so I went for the Chansey to scout. Now when I see U-turn, here I started to think that maybe it might not be Specs Coco because I barely see U-turn on Specs Coco, but still I will keep my eye on it. So now he goes for the U-turn to maybe the Crawdon because nothing threatens my chance except the Crawdon. Maybe knock off Lando or the Pharaoh as well. But let's see what he goes into. He goes to the Landorus Therian. Here he picked the knockoff. I have a Demon Tangrowth specially for this. So it can take on this Tangrowth. It can take on the Landorus T. So yep, I had this Demon Tangrowth. Now he goes for the U-turn, takes Chip. And here I predicted him to go to his Pelipper. I think I went for the Sleep Powder here. And so here are some plays which I can make, right? Here, if he goes, I'm pretty sure he isn't going to the Kingdra because Tangrowth on Lando, he was sure that I'm gonna go for the knockoff here, and because I thought that he thinks I'm gonna go for the knockoff, I anticipated him to go to his Pelipper. That's why I think I went for the sleep powder here. Let's see. I went for the sleep powder. Also, maybe he stays in with his Lando and goes for the knockoff. So a sleeping Lando is really good. But here he goes to the Ferrothon. And here, little did he know, we had this demonic Tangrowth. As I showed in my team builder, we have this trapping Tangrowth. I think he had no clue this is a demonic Tangrowth. I mean, named it the demon. So here, basically, this is a dead Ferrothon. I trap it. Here I trap it. He reveals. I think he reveals the leftovers. Let's see what he reveals. Or the Chopple maybe. Rain Pharaoh runs Chopple. Yep. I go for the Focus Blast, and this is basically a dead Pharaoh. And here, so he has two layers of hazards up, right? I have my Chansey. This is not Boots Blissey. My Hippo doesn't have boots. My Feeny is leftovers. My Tang is helmet. So these layers of hazard, it can get really annoying. So I think let's see what I do here. I could have killed the Tangro. I could have killed the Ferrothon with a focus blast, but no. I have to get up a defog here, right? So I have to keep this Ferrothon alive because my Cov will get pressured by Coco, by Kingdra, by Crawdon, by Pelipper if it has scald and stuff. So yep, if I have to defog, I defog it now because I won't get a chance later. So I think I went for the Giga Drain to keep it low. Also, I want this Ferrothon low. And here now I go to my Cov. He goes for the safe knockoff. And here I pull up the defog. I think I defog here for sure. He goes to the Coco and I just get up the defog. And now here I have a huge lead. Here I have a huge lead because there is no hazards in my field. None of his mons can break my team unless he gets this hazard chip. So basically, now with hazards gone, I don't think that he will be able to break my team. So now I just play along, so I won't comment much. So let's just see how I play this game. If any crucial turns come, I will mention it. Goes to Orlando to set up his rocks. I think I toxic this to just seal it down. He goes for his own rocks. I think I predict him to go for the U-turn because he has Stealth Rock U-turn. He has Earthquake for sure. And the fourth move is gonna be Toxic or the knockoff. I think I think he should predict if he doesn't have Toxic, if he has knockoff, he should go for the U-turn because he knows I can go to my Tang. And my Tang is already knocked off. So going for the knockoff will give him no momentum. So here I predicted him to go for the U-turn, and I think I go for the Earthquake here. I'm pretty sure I go for the Earthquake. Yep, I predict him to go for the U-turn. I go for the Earthquake. Let's see. Okay, no. Sorry. I forget. I sometimes underestimate myself. Here I predict him to go for the Pelipper on the U-turn. I got a Toxic, or maybe I predicted him to go to the Kingdra. So I got a Toxic. Now this Pelipper is very crippled, and now he is forced to defog, not I. Because Rocks doesn't chip me much because Tangrowth has regen, Finny has leftovers, Hippo has leftovers, and it takes 6% from Rocks. Now he's pressured to defog because Kingdra specs takes 12%, Crawdon takes 12%, Pelipper takes 25%, Lando takes 12%, Pharaoh, it's not leftovers and it's at 10%. Now he is forced to defog. The pressure is up to him. Now, let's see what he does here. I didn't want to discuss Scald. I think goes for the U-turn. Yep. Now we are just playing along. Goes to the Coco. I am not going to risk a Thunder because I need my Finny. He goes for the safe U-turn to his Kingdra. And do I make the play here? I think I go to my chance here because I don't want to take a Hydro Pump and I do not need to make predicts here. So I think it's going to go for the flip turn here. Still, my chances are no drawback play because it's decently healthy. Now he goes to his demonic Crawdaunt. And as I said, I have my demon myself. And the helmet is knocked off, right? So Crawdaunt can't do anything to my Tangrowth. Unless this is Swords Dance SD, I don't know. If this is like Specs Ice Beam, then it will kill my Tangrowth, else it can't do anything. Let's see what this is. I think I go to the demon, he predicts that. And now here I'm in a really bad spot. Okay? Because my chance is low, right? If he goes for the Draco, I think my chance is gonna take 23 from Draco, 12 from Rocks, and then Sand Chip. My chance is gonna be low. And if he goes for the flip turn on my chances, still my chance is gonna be low. And a low chance means high risk. I can lose to the Grass Knot Coco and stuff. So here I'll decide to make a godly play. I think he's gonna try to keep his momentum. I think he's gonna go for the flip turn. Here I make the godly play. See what I do here. Just see. I go to my Volcarona on a Specs Kingdra with no Hydro Pump switch-ins because everything is gonna get 2-hit killed by Hydro Pump. Finny is gonna take a lot of damage, and if Finny is low, Scrawdon is gonna run over me. I predict him to go for the flip turn. He goes for the flip turn to my Volcarona and bang, gets burned. Now it's gonna take 18% chip whenever he comes in. He goes to the crab. Now I said I have my demon at the back. The demon is coming in. The demon is coming in. Okay, goes to Pelipper. Now he's forced to defog, right? And here Pelipper Rains, they carry Hurricane, right? And my Tangrowth is not speed F. Tangrowth has a pathetic speed F. It's just gonna die to this Hurricane, right? He's just gonna die to this Hurricane. So I did not make any plays. I think this is the perfect time. I heal up my Chansey because if he goes for the U-turn, his rain is gonna get wasted. I think I go to my Chansey here. Yep. Let's see. I go to my Chansey to heal it up. He goes for the Hurricane and he gets the confusion, I think. See? I pray I don't hit myself in confusion. Okay, shit, I hit myself in confusion. But yep, as I said, he's forced to defog. And now, since he defogged, he's at 26%, right? He's forced to roost as well. So I have another turn to not hit myself. And thank God, Chansey's confusion ended. And he's a slow Pelipper. I think he's a slow Pelipper to get the slower U-turns. But I would never recommend anyone to run a slow Pelipper. Because then, if you're slower than the Chansey, right? You might lose, you might be low and you need to do stuff. Then if you're slower than Chansey and Cobb and stuff, if you're so slow, you won't be able to pull up the roost. And slower U-turns in rain doesn't give you anything. So if you are running Pelipper, don't run slow Pelipper. I wouldn't recommend it, but still if you want to run, you run. But I wouldn't recommend. So let's say that your Pelipper is low here and I have my Chansey. You are a slow Pelipper and I pull off a seismic toss and kill your Pelipper. Your rain is gone. So don't run slow Pelippers. He goes for the roost. Now he's forced to switch. As I said, right, he is forced to hard switch here. So something in his team is taking the seismic toss chip. And if he was a speedy Pelipper, he could have U-turned. He could have U-turned and chipped my Chansey as well. So now he is taking this 26% chip. Now I have the grip. I have the grip here. He can't break me. As I said, hazards are also gone. Scrawdon is walled by my demon as well. Now I think I go for the safe U-turn. Yep, going for the chip on my Lando. And now here, I have a Cove, which 100% wall this land. If he goes for the rocks, I can simply defog because I don't need rocks. I don't, because I am not allowing rocks on my side. Now this is toxic land. I have my Cove. If he goes for the rocks, it's a momentum loss for him. I think he's not going to go for the rocks. So he goes for the U-turn here to the Coco. Yep, and I have the grip here. He can't do anything. And now, this Pelipper revealed Hurricane, right? This Pelipper has no skull. And my Hippo will just sit on this Pelipper all day. Hippo is gonna set up its rocks. He can slack off, do anything. My Hippo is just now this Pelipper cannot come in on pivots. He has to sack something to bring in the Pelipper because it's gonna take 25% rocks and die to toxic. So here I have the upper grip. He goes to the crab. I have my demon, as I said. The demon is at the back. I go to my demon again. Now one thing, I don't have my item, right? So +2 knockoff with crit also won't kill my demon. So He goes for the yep. He said GG, it's over. He can't do, I can't blame him because he had a bad matchup. My demon kills the tank. I said, yep, he has a bad matchup. Can't Hydro Pump does a lot to my Chansey. Blissey would have got 2-hit KO'd by the Hydro. This is why I'm running Chansey. And now goes to the Coco. This Coco can't do anything to me. Even Bandit Wild Charge can't do anything. He goes does 18% Thunder in Rain. Poison, and I think this is over. This game is over. Yep, this is over. And see, he's such a really nice guy. Amir is one of the such a really nice guy, such a good guy, and we had such a good match. He tried to make best plays as possible. He played really, really well. I won't blame him for the matchup, and this is gonna be my game, World Cup game for round one. Blim versus Amir, two IDMers fighting civil civil war, if you say it. So this is gonna game. This is gonna be my game for round one. So this is live World Cup content, Blim's game, and for my next videos, I'm gonna do the Octozolt SSOU live in high ladder, like we do always SS high ladder lives in my channel. So guys, I hope you will like this content. Like and sub to my channel for highly competitive content. Get good in the game, get good in SSOU, get good in every tier. We will grow together. And guys, stay safe, have fun, have a great day, chill out. Peace from Blim. Bye bye.